there is a
Yeah, Jordan gets dead silent.
I was waiting on Drew to do his intro.
Oh no, go ahead. This is cold open, man.
Cold open.
All right.
But yeah, like if there's like 5 to 6 decks that are considered tier 1, then I'm like, okay, cool. Cause like I don't think you're sweaty if you're playing like one of 6 tier 1 decks. Unless there's just like a huge like money wall to get those said decks, which in Digimon there's not a huge money wall.
Which is awesome. That's what's great about it.
Like what is it? Like I think the most expensive deck to build right now is what? Anything that requires Death X Mon. Like requires it. And I find it hard to believe anything requires Death X Mon.
Or
Exactly.
anything with crazy promos.
And then like right now out of like the top decks, air quotes top decks, it's like it'd be what Metal Gar, because Metal Gar you got to have the promo Garurumon and the promo Were Garurumon, and even then they're not terribly expensive.
Well, and then what are we talking about here? Are we talking about because when Mario was giving away his Alphamon deck, it's blinged out like it's alt arts and things like that. And I go with the approach. I forget his name, but he does builds. He actually posted the winning ancient Garurumon build from the last Mario Cup, and he has the playstyle, and I like his. We waste money on one alt art, and then on our brain, how it works is this is going to be my stack. I'm going to kill you with the bling, like all my alt arts I want to be in this stack. Like I know that's not how it's going to work, but that's how it works out in my head.
Yeah, it's like I said, because me and Drew were talking about that premium collection. It's like how it comes with the decks, doesn't have the tamer promos, has those alt arts, and like what's the point? Like all those alt arts are commons. Like you can buy a play set of those cards for less than $1, every one of them.
Yeah.
Like there's
They do the same thing too, surprisingly.
Yeah. You have the same chance of drawing the common as you have of drawing the, blinged out one. Like I get like if you have the money,
I should.
But and you see this in Yu-Gi-Oh! Like there's people that won't play anything unless it's max red.
But see, that's what killed me. Like that, I love that guy we met at locals in Corbin, but he has his blinged out Alphamon deck. Pre-release, alt art, like super beautiful deck.
And if you watch like Mario's Market Watches, he don't watch the regular arts. Everything he reports on is either pre-release stamp, if it doesn't have an alt art, or it's a common, or it's the alt art. Like
that's the difference in Ride My Avatar. Like the only Market Watch I
watched a lot of Rod's Digimon content. I watched him when I was trying to get into Vanguard before.
Yes.
Because that was the game I was going to go to before they announced an English version of Digimon. Because I was going to go from Yu-Gi-Oh to Vanguard.
Oh yeah. But Vanguard wasn't like. But see, that's the thing. Like, you talked about Yu-Gi-Oh and everything, but the Market Watch that Ride My Avatar does, he just finds the card. Period. Like, yeah, if it's a pre-release, like he'll bring those up because he knows
if you're going to show one, show all.
Yes.
Because if you're just reviewing the alt art, that's what people are seeing, and they're like, "Oh, I gotta snap by this card," or because and you have this, and actually, because Yu-Gi-Oh is the one I have the most experience with. Even like Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers, like they're not trying to create a buyout, but like if one of the big Yu-Gi-Oh YouTubers reviews a card that nobody's playing, they're like, "Hey, next set, this card's gonna be busted." That's all they got to say.
Yeah.
They don't say go buy this. They just say, hey, keep an eye on this card. Next set it's going to be busted, and then boom, it goes from 50 cents to $15.
Okay, you're bringing that up, and that's what's bad. Like I don't think, this is my opinion on the drama. I have not watched Mario's Market Watch drama video, and I do pick on Mario a lot, but I don't think he really tries to manipulate the market.
See, I think the guy they banned. I think the guy they banned was trying to manipulate.
Yes, I agree with that because he would post and then, like I said, I didn't look into it, but someone was saying that he had a store and he would go buy a lot of that card. I don't think he would like buy them out, but he would create a false inflation of that card.
And then, because he knew, because all these other like buyout and market watches, he had uploaded a TikTok of this one card, and it's like, oh, buyout's happening, and then,
yep,
like you said, he would go buy a bunch of them, make it look like it's getting bought out, and then he'd list his and let people buy his.
Mm-hmm.
But I have no proof of that. But like, he wouldn't talk about anything. It's just, it was a quick TikTok of, oh, this card's currently getting bought out, guys.
And it creates a scare.
He wouldn't even say why or what was good about it.
Yeah, it was like, it was FOMO. It was like fear of missing out. It's just like, oh, people are buying this card. I need a playset. Do you though?
Exactly. And I did White Knight Mario a little bit because I was like, I feel like, okay, no offense to, I'm dropping names. No offense to Ride My Avatar. I'm not a huge fan of how he's a great player. He conducts himself nicely. It's just his tone. It's kind of like True Champion Steven. Sometimes it gets a little like, I'm better than you. Yeah. And Mario, he's a pub stomper. Like Mario's somebody like I feel like that if we were to grow up together, we would be doing this podcast. Like we would beat each other's throats, but
hey Mario, next episode, hop us up.
Yeah, drop us. Listen, I've subbed to you for almost a year.
I'm paying to piss you off,
and it's not Twitch Prime, baby. If I could use them both, I would. But when he gives his reviews and stuff, knowing his experience in Yu-Gi-Oh, and then he just says, "Hey," and literally he'll look at the camera and be like, "This will be played in some extent. 4 copies, 1 copy, whatever, it's going to be played." But like for instance, him winning with Ancient Greymon, I made the joke. I don't think it's that powerful of a deck, especially not in this meta. He's just a really good freaking pilot. So his luck of the draw, believing in the heart of the cards there, and then him being able to make smart plays made the deck win. And then all these other people are buying the card. Ancient Greymon goes from $15 to almost $38. Then now it's dropped again because
nobody else can do it.
Yeah, nobody else can do it. Nobody else can. You can look, and they've mentioned it. They haven't called out Mario because there's no reason to call him out. It's just like no one has topped with that again. No one has had the success that Mario had with it at Gen Con. No one did. So I mean, but yeah, I'm going to defend Ride My Avatar and Mario. I don't think they try to create false inflation or anything like that. And if you really want to get picky, find a European seller that'll ship it to you, and you can probably find VMons and stuff. Buyer's tip here. You can get them to ship it to you, like message them and things like that. And lots of times, if you buy a lot from that one person, you can get it for cheaper just because the European market is cheaper. That's my 2 cents on that. Sorry.
Let me just DM Carney X here and have him give me the.
Yeah. I mean, you can't. I mean, that's what a lot of people do. I mean, that was when Digimon was first hard to get here. You went everywhere.
That was a thing, and which I don't know if it was cheaper in Yu-Gi-Oh or not. I know there for a while there was the big thing in Yu-Gi-Oh was to have a completely foreign deck, like because in Yu-Gi-Oh you could play anything that wasn't OCG, which OCG was just like the Asian territories. So you could have a fully Spanish deck. The big thing was German. Everybody had German or French. Like their whole deck would just be French. Their whole deck would just be German. Because as long as you had a translation card, you could play a full foreign deck. But if asked to present it, you had to be able to present a physical copy of that card in your language for translation. Couldn't Google it, couldn't pull up an image. You had to have a physical translation card. But as long as you had a physical translation card for every card in your deck, you could play a completely foreign deck.
That's like burning and ripping DVDs, and it's like it's totally legal if you own a copy of it. and you're not selling it.
Yeah, because a lot of people there, like you'd go to regionals and stuff, and they'd have like French or German decks. It's like, okay,
All right, sounds it works.
don't know if the cards were cheaper or it was just part of that like mindset of, oh, I'm going to completely bling out my deck and have them all foreign.
Well, I think Yu-Gi-Oh's the worst in that because when I hadn't really played Yu-Gi-Oh, and then my buddy he played a lot and still plays a lot. He would send me cheap cards and be like, "Well, what's the difference in this card and this card? They're the same card. One's different foiling." He goes, "Yeah, that's it." He goes, "One's a different rarity." He goes, "So
Yeah.
yeah,
You had regular rare and black rares.
Yeah, then you got super and ultra secret. Now there's collector's rare. You've got like Millennium secret rare or something like that. There's so many rarities in Yu-Gi-Oh.
The really weird thing is you could get one, they would reprint it as a secret rare, and then the super rare that dropped forever ago is the more expensive one.
Yeah,
Even
because
though it's not a higher rarity.
yep, it's the same thing like a first edition stamp. It's like this one's going to be more because it has a first edition stamp. It's like, yeah, they rarity upgraded this card, but the original one's going to be the harder one to get. Therefore, it's going to have the higher value. Because
well,
like, oh, they don't print that set anymore. So even though this one is a super rare, it's $10 compared to the $5 secret. It's just like, okay.
oh, okay, well, that's a good segue into this. Coming from Dragon Ball Super a little bit, Bandai is notorious for that. They released the Mythic sets and stuff like that to give their reprints out. It would be the same card, but a really spicy alternate art, like Senzu Bean. Like Senzu Bean, it got reprint like 3 times now. So Bandai's good at giving reprints for America anyway, in Dragon Ball Super for most cards besides promos. And do you think Digimon is doing that?
They're going to be all in a $70 premium box.
Well, okay, but that's what I'm saying. Like, do you think it's the same way with Mythic boosters and Dragon Ball Super? I mean, that was a $30 box, and you only got like 5 packs of cards. So I mean, like,
So like, oh, that's my fear with Digimon because like right now, like we're getting like needed reprints, like nothing like detrimental, but we're getting needed reprints and like box topper promo packs, tournament promo packs. But like, I don't think the game's been out long enough for a full reprint set. But like, I'm curious to what they're going to do when it comes time for that. Like when it comes time for like, okay, you absolutely can't buy BT1 anywhere, but there's or BT, which because in the U.S. market, RBT 1, 2, and 3 are 2 sets. So it's like, all right, you can't buy those first 2 sets, 1 or 1.5 anywhere. Like, are they going to give us a reprint set? Like not like 1 for 1, like that whole set, but like the cards that are played.
I feel like
Or
that's
are we
where
gonna keep getting like box topper promo packs for a chance at that reprint?
I hope
Or
not. That sucks.
I feel like that's where this whole block thing that they started doing is going to come into play. Where they added the little what was it, set?
yeah, but even then, like that makes me scared because I think of like rotation, and I
No,
don't know.
no.
Yeah, I don't think.
Dragon
Go
Ball
ahead.
Super has not rotated since its launch, and they are on 19. So
Okay, so it's just something Bandai does.
like, well, I guess it's case they ever want to implement it, they can.
The format where nothing's limited or nothing's rotated out that's.
Is that what you're asking?
I think yeah. What is it? It's
In Magic, I'm pretty sure that's Legacy,
Legacy. There we go.
where anything is allowed.
Because what is it? It goes Legacy, then Modern, or is
And
there a
then
format
Modern.
between Legacy and Modern?
I don't think that there is. There's
'Cause
Legacy and Modern.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then there's Pioneer, which
Yeah.
I don't know all the rulings on that. And then
So
there's Standard.
that was what I was going to get on. So like Legacy was everything. Modern was everything past this point, and then Modern got so big, and then like the big thing is they wanted to push Modern more, but Modern had at that point had a huge paywall because of some of the lands, I guess.
Yeah.
So they made Pioneer, which was just like Pioneer is to Modern what Modern was to Legacy. So it's like, okay, we're gonna cut you off here. You can play from this set forward. And it got rid of a lot of the expensive cards that were in Modern because they were trying to get, I don't know, they were trying to push those formats, and Modern was too expensive. It was weird.
So before, okay, where I was, Legacy. Sorry. Magic has
Yeah.
Legacy. There we go. There, I said it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a mini conversation about it after you lagged out.
Okay, cool.
So today, Tony led the charge for the security check crew.
Yeah. Took locals 3-0. You know, it was a victory. A sound victory.
While X3.
2-1, but one of those was a bye because my round 3 opponent dropped so he could go play Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oof.
real.
It's still a
I'll-
win.
I'll take
a
it.
win.
I'll take a free 2 packs because
That's
I
he
was
would
gonna
have.
say packs or packs.
After the day I had and the deck I knew he was playing, there's no way I would have won that matchup. So
I think the guy felt bad for me whenever I walked up there and was standing there about to buy that box. He's like, "Oh, you get a pack." I was like, "Cool. Now give me that box so I can satisfy it."
they're like I gotta give them that. Like they're super chill there.
Yeah.
My hand
Way
up
more
to
laid
both,
back than CM is. No offense to CM.
which I've not been to anything CM in a while. I need to start going Wednesdays. Yeah, I guess a couple of their regulars were at the Pokemon regional. There was only 6 of us that turned out, but I bricked all day long. So
Yep, we
Gotta-
could have built a house today.
yep.
That's rough.
I also, there's 3 rounds, and I round 1 against Andrew and round 2 against Tiny. So it's like, okay, cool. I only played the crew today. Played no one new. Only matched up against the crew.
You would have been matched up against someone else, but the third round, your opponent just
Yeah, like yeah, it would have been.
You
it
didn't
would've
want to play against him.
Oh yeah, no, it was Mastamon. Like, I did not. I got nothing against that. I don't know how to play against that. It's like,
Yeah, I didn't either, and he is he knows exactly what's going on with the deck, and I was just like, You can tell he's a Yu-Gi-Oh player.
yeah. Like Mastamon is super good, and I look at the deck all the time. Like I finally threw my version together, but like I've not played it. And by my version, I mean I threw together a Mastamon deck that doesn't run Magna-Angemon because your boy.
I don't think he did either. I didn't see it, and he drew through his entire deck, so.
Okay. Well, maybe he's not playing it either. Which he was playing like the Ordonmon version, it looked like, and he was, yeah.
Yeah, he said that was the only reason he built the deck.
That was Ordonmon.
Yep.
That's kind of the only reason I bought it is because I wanted to play the Meikumon line, so like the Maycrag, Meiku, and all that jazz. Like they're good, but it's just like they're better with the Mastamon stuff. So.
What all did you play against today, Tony? You played.
Played Melga X, D Reaper, Grandis.
The D Reaper. That was the one.
Yeah, I felt kind of bad for that D Reaper guy because it's the second week in a row that he had to face me, and he got absolutely wrecked both times.
Well, I mean, it's like you're his hard like I don't want to say hard. I guess you are his hard counter because it's like that deck goes wide. What is your deck shut down? Going wide.
Yeah, at the end of the last game, I had a stack that it had 3 when attacking effects, delete 3,000 DP or less. So I swung one time and cleared his board.
Yeah.
Feels bad, man.
I told him that too. I was before I made the play, I was like, "You're gonna hate this."
Sorry for what I'm about to do.
What are you about to do?
Oh, that's what Tiny said to that guy before he jousted his lance straight through him.
I thought was it fit that what is that old anime Fist of the North Star? He just starts saying he just starts reciting that part and then blows up his whole board.
Omae Shindayu.
Yeah, I couldn't believe they had boxes at that price too. Like,
No, they're great
Yeah.
on prices. Well,
Like
okay,
I bought the Calyrex thing for $20, and like its retail is what 40 or 30 something.
yeah.
Like
I
that.
got it for 20, and I told him, I was like, man, you guys are like half of everywhere else. He's like, yeah, we try to give everybody the best price we can give them. I was like,
Well, what do you mean? I bought that Pokemon Dragonite V-Star thing for $50 at Walmart. And I see the picture on their website. Hey, we're selling these for
It's
40
20.
out the door.
Yeah,
it's like
29
30.
bucks.
It was like 30 or 35 because I looked at it. Yeah, like I don't know if they just get a super good deal, or if they're just not turning a huge profit on that kind of product. But they have, like, I work in Knoxville 5 days a week and go to several card shops any day of the week after work. But I generally wait till Saturday and go to Corbin with because we'll usually go out on Saturday, me and the wife, and like I'll be like, hey, let me run in the card shop, and I'll pick up my sleeves and everything from there, just because
The prices are better.
like sleeves, everything like sleeves and stuff like that is competitive with everywhere else. But like I don't know, just some of their product, man, they just really I don't want to think they're selling it at a loss, but they definitely hook the consumer up. That is for sure.
Shout out Corbin Games and Toys.
Which, I mean, that's good for a healthy community, though. Well, I mean, like that War Greymon playmat, it just came with the first edition pack, but the first edition pack was free, and they sell for like 12 $30. I mean, so
Yeah, because like I said, that was like one of the big reasons I hadn't bought this Calyrex thing. Is I was like, man, I just really don't want to pay $40 for it. And then I bought there for 20. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, I can definitely do 20 on it.
they need to start carrying MetaZoo for your boy.
They have MetaZoo.
They have
Oh, they do?
Yes.
Yeah, that's where I bought
Nice.
my structures a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice. I gotta
They
go
had the
back out there.
Nightfall. I saw the Nightfall because I told Jordan he needed to buy it, and it was like $55. I want to say. I may be
Wait,
wrong.
the Nightfall what?
The MetaZoo box.
Okay,
Sure,
listen. I bought. Speaking of market watches, I bought those boxes when they were sitting at 170 off TCG Player. Sold like 3 or 4 for like $240, and now they've plummeted back down to like $180. Is the last one I sold was like 145 is what I sold it for. So
Look at
Tiny,
you.
I want to know how many boxes did you plan to buy?
Oh, if they had them, I would have bought 3. A nice round number.
A nice round number. Is that where the luck is in the round numbers?
I mean, I would believe it. All right, so you guys want to jump into this BT10 that none of us really are hyped about, but we're going to talk about it because BT11's around the corner.
Sure.
EX3,
EX3.
and then 11. So we got a ways.
Yeah, we got a minute.
It'll be okay. We'll
Yeah.
make it work.
Well, I'm still kind of excited for BT10. I mean, I'm getting some stuff. All right.
Okay. Well, there's a couple cards that when I finally look at the set, I'm like, okay, I need these 3 commons.
These 3 commons. Listen at this guy.
Oh no, there's a lot more than 3 commons. I mean, we get. All right, here I'm gonna inflate it here.
So you go for your first round draft pick, Mikey. Go ahead.
Oh, my first round draft pick,
Yeah.
number one. I'm going Omnimon X Antibody.
Oh yeah, there's a new one of those in there, isn't there?
You want
And
me to
there's
read
the
what he
sweat.
does?
There's
You
the
want me to-
sweat.
Yeah, you want me to read what he does? Okay, so the reason I'm picking him as my number 1, he's a play cost 16,000 DP. He digivolves off a red or blue level 6 or 7. You can digivolve 3 from Omnimon, and when you digivolve Digimon with X Antibody and its Digivolution cards would digivolve into this card, reduce its cost by 2. So remember, we've done got Omnimon X Antibody out there. When digivolving, return all your opponent's Digimon with the highest level to the bottom of their owner's deck in any order. Also, when digivolving and when attacking, once per turn by placing 1 X Antibody or level 6 card from this Digimon's Digivolution cards to the bottom of its owner's deck, reveal all of your opponent's security cards, and trash one of them.
All right.
Okay,
That's a lot.
that is a lot.
Yeah,
That's a lot of stuff.
He's pretty cracked.
And I mean, think about it. We got the Omnimon X antibody that we already have. We got Merciful Mode. Think about it. There's a lot. Okay, because I'm just saying, my brain's whirling on this, all right? I'm whirling because if you delete, so you take Omnimon X antibody, go back in your deck, you have Omnimon X. If you have X antibody or anything like that, anyway, you could use Merciful Mode to get one of these guys back because you can get a level 7. My brain's whirling. I'm trying.
Omnimon Tribal, really?
Well, it's only pre-sale for this card is only at $887.
Hey, there you go. But that's my number one. Think he's the new big boy on the block for the next several months.
I mean, he looks cool. I like the.
Oh, the artwork's great.
Digivolve for 3 from Omnimon. So, Omnimon's what?
It just says Omnimon.
Yeah, it specifies that it has to be just Omnimon.
But you've got Omnimon Blitz. You've got all kinds of stuff. You could Blitz and then Digivolve.
I was gonna say, if you have X antibody underneath him, then you could Blitz Omni, and even though it would have memory on the opponent's side, you could still X antibody into Omnimon X antibody.
Because remember, it just says X antibody, so it's talking about the card, not like. So like that's why I'm saying the Merciful Mode and stuff could come into play, because it has to be on top of an Omnimon, but it just says X antibody or level 6 Digimon from this Digivolution cards. Just saying, Merciful Mode, bring him back.
So are we about to build an Omnimon, strictly Omnimon deck?
Omnimon Tower. Let's go. Let's go.
I'm just trying to figure out what like you chose Omnimon over Jesmon GX.
Yes, I did, because I'm not. My second pick is going to blow your mind.
All right, so I'm just going to move up the list. So Tiny, what's your first round draft pick?
It's got to be just among Critical Arm. It's the first one that I've been looking at because it's my boy. It's I won't say that it's a crucial piece of support for him, but it is additional removal, and I can see a lot of potential with it.
It's like the fact that I just like the fact that it can Digivolve over Justimon for 1. Like it just gives you.
It's an additional Digivolution, and I think the when attacking effect makes it so that any card with Justimon in its name that is not Critical Arm specifically can Digivolve on top of Critical Arm for 2 memory.
It's kind of like Rosinmon Fury mode. You play Fury mode, do all his shenanigans, and then his end of attack, I think it is, end of attack effect is you can Digivolve Rosinmon on top of him.
So you just put up your Critical Arm and go back to Justimon?
You can. The important thing with that, though, is that regular Justimon's effects are once per turn, and since you're just Digivolving, it doesn't refresh the once per turn effects.
Oh.
At least I don't think that it would.
So even if you use its when Digivolving and return that Justimon to your hand, when you play that Justimon again, that doesn't reset the once per turns? Because that would be considered a new card at that point, wouldn't it?
I don't know if it would because it's the same Digimon. I'm not sure.
But once it leaves the field and comes to your hand, like that Digimon's not on the field anymore. At least that's how it is in. Because like in Yu-Gi-Oh, they eventually added the wording, the effect of this card's name can only be used once per turn. not this card, because people would find a way to loop it. So in my head, you can just loop the Justimon, because
If it's possible to loop the Justimon, then that would make it much easier to get Justimon OTKs. Because you could do regular Justimon, swing restand, go into critical to return regular to your hand, swing with regular, and then go back into or swing with critical, go back into regular, restand, and then swing again and restand.
in my head, that's how it would work, because that Justimon is leaving the field. Unless, like, I guess with like Digimon, like I know, like if you use an effect and then Digivolve it, the effects stay, but like it would be the same stack, but technically that Justimon you Digivolve at the end would be a new card. So like I feel like its effects would still be able to activate,
We'll have to find out
right?
the ruling on that.
Yeah, it's something
Because
I'll have to look into.
that could be pretty crazy.
And it would definitely be something that Justimon needs, because I feel like Justimon's at a position right now where to really be viable for OTKs, he needs just a little bit more. Like one extra check would make it a lot easier. But I mean, if you're swinging 3 times in one turn with the same stack at that point, are you any different from Alphamon?
I mean, you are, because you're not Alphamon. And then then we get Excel Arm in 11.
Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. I think Excel Arm will be a lot more prominent than Critical.
Yeah, because it gives you Sec Attack 1 and Piercing. But then you have
Anyway, that's my first pick.
Good pick though, Tiny. Solid pick.
All right, Jordan, what's your first round draft pick?
To no one's surprise, Maid Mode.
Yeah, saw that one coming.
I would have never guessed it. Never.
Well, I almost dropped Bloom Lord on you guys just because I figured Maid Mode was expected. Yeah, like I'm really excited to just get the whole new Renamon set, just because we get a full Digivolution line. Obviously Maid Mode being the end game, which is not, but like currently I play the Shoutmon build, so of course any new pieces for the deck that I like to play. But yeah, it gives more for the combo. So when Digivolving, you use an option card with plug in its name, or a yellow option with a memory cost of 5 or less from your hand. That's the big thing right there. Memory cost 5 or less yellow tamer. That's nice. Gives you more options than just the plugins. But then after using this option, instead of trashing it, place it on top of your security stack face down. So nice.
What? Add it to your security stack.
Yeah. Play it for free and then set it on your security stack.
What? Not with yellow. Never.
Never. No, right?
I'm pretty sure at one point today, Jelly had like 10 cards in his security stack.
The one time I looked over at your game, he recovered 3 from something, and I was like, okay, cool, bye. And I just checked out at that point because I looked at your board, and then I looked at his board, and then saw him lay 3 security on his already 5 security stack. I was like, oh, I'll just go back to my game now.
Yeah, I wish I could have done that.
Because I have no business being in that. And then, like Tiny's Justimon, she has the when attacking, this Digimon can Digivolve into a Shoutmon in your hand for a memory cost of 1, ignoring Digivolution requirements. So,
oh my gosh! And then you can go into the -3 security check.
You can, but
you're
probably
not going to do that.
No, because I'm probably not playing the -3, because we're probably playing 4 regular Shoutmon, 3 Maid Modes, and maybe a Venusmon. Because we're gonna go like full option combo deck. Because Shoutmon Maid Mode can Digivolve from a level 6 for 2 or a level 5 for 3. So the green plug-in lets you play her for free. So you green plug in into her, do her shenanigans, attack, and then when attacking, turn into Sakuyamon, play another plug-in, unsuspend, attack again, playing probably another plug-in if your stack is right, and just keep going
and
from
then
there.
end it with black
The black plug-in.
plugin. Yeah. With blocker and reboot.
Here. I think Maid Mode might be the only one that can play the black plug-in because of the cost.
Oh yeah, it does cost.
Oh no. No. It's 2 or more. Okay. Yeah, no. The Renamon is your turn once per turn when you use an option card with a cost of 2 or more gain in memory. Which one am I looking for? Cost 2 or more. Where's Sakuyamon? Okay, yeah. No, it's all 2 or more. Okay. So like Sakuyamon just lets you recur it. Maid Mode lets you play them for free. Rika. That's what I was thinking. I was like, which one of these? I play this deck all the time, and now that I'm trying to remember all their effects, I can't. Yeah, and then Rika just lets you play with a plug-in in its name. So, okay, yeah, cool. I knew there was the 2 or more effect. For some reason, I was thinking they were like 2 or less or something. I was like, yeah, I don't think you can combo the black one. But yeah, that would make no sense. Yeah, no, the black one is cracked. Let's give it blocker, reboot, and Breath of the Gods. Who needs an Alphamon?
So you guys all went with these Big Daddy cards, and I'm going with the Bree Claw as my first round draft pick.
Wait, you're going with what?
Bree Claw, Gamamon's attack, the option.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's a 1 cost. One of your Digimon gets plus 2,000 DP, and then you can place a Digimon card with Gamamon in its name from your hand under your Digimon as a bottom Digivolution card and draw 1. And then the security check is you may play 1 Gamamon from your hand or trash.
Are you trying to steal Gamamon from me?
Gamamon now digivolves into Tyrannomon.
God.
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah, but he only plays Gamamon though. Like, it's like he went from playing Agumons as his rookies to he plays Gamamons as his rookies. Nah.
Yeah, I'm just trading rookies. And the Gamamons, there's some that have some really good inheritables. Like,
Oh yeah.
when attacking, if it has 6,000 or more, which that puts it over 6,000, you get to delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 3,000 or less. Let me just swing into your security with jamming and go ahead and delete that.
Which is really good.
Like Tiny said today, I'm going to be swinging with a 10k DP Tyrannomon with jamming.
Crazy.
All right, Mikey, what's your second round draft pick?
I'm going with Gankumon X Antibody.
Oh, that's a good one.
Because after, I got my hands on this early Jesmon deck, I know Jordan was thinking I was going to go with Jesmon GX. But after looking at this and looking at Gankumon that comes in the starter deck, I'm going with Gankumon X Antibody. So he's playing 12k DP, red or black. Level 5, but he's a blocker, and you can Digivolve him 1, of course, from Gankumon. And when Digivolving, you can play 1 Digimon card on in its name from your hand or trash without paying its memory cost. Then, if Gankumon is in this Digimon's Digivolution card, or you have one with Sistermon in its name and play until the end of your opponent's turn, all of your Digimon get plus 2,000 DP, and your opponent's effects can't return them to hands or decks or reduce their DP.
Yep. That's why I say that's why I was excited about the Gankumon X pick, because he gives protection, and he fulfills his own condition for giving the
Mhm.
protection.
Sister Mon Rush coming at you, baby.
Well, you know, if we're going at it from a lore standpoint, Jesmon GX is just Jesmon after Gankumon X gives him his power to finish the fight. But Gankumon X antibody, both in the lore and in the card game, is he's cracked. Like Gankumon in general is just cracked.
Wait, I'm looking at the card art because it's a lot of words. Is that Cherubimon in the background?
Yes. Cherubimon X. So like all the Royal Knights and the Demon Lords, all their X antibodies and stuff, in the Japanese release of the X V Pets, they came with comic books, so there's like actually a whole little story arc with the Royal Knights and the Demon Lords and them getting their X antibodies and everything. But yeah, like Gankumon X, like he takes off his sandals and just starts beating ass with them. He's like, I'm gonna beat you with my shoe.
I mean, he's got it. He's ready to go. He's got his shoe out. Let's go.
All right, Tony, what's your second round draft pick?
I'm actually gonna throw a little bit of a curveball myself.
Ooh,
I'm gonna go with Achilles Mon.
okay.
And even though I'm pretty sure Achilles Mon is designed for the Pulsemon archetype, he doesn't have any specific Pulsemon conditions on his effects. And he can Digivolve from yellow or green, which means green could potentially have access to minus DP when attacking and when Digivolving recovery +1 in green.
Nice little flavor there. Just because he is a Pulsemon Digivolution from the Dim card. And the reason they threw green is there is because they gave Pulsemon a green line going into Shivamon. So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that. I didn't know much about
Yep.
Pulsemon, but I saw the card and I was like, hey, that's recovery in green. That's got to be good.
If you can meet that requirement, because like the thing with yellow is you can put yourself at 3 security with you gaining all the advantage. So it's nice to have these recovery pieces, but like in green, it's just like you're not gonna have that unless you're playing just a Pulsemon deck.
That's what I noticed. Instead of 3, it was 2. So you have to have 2 or fewer. So you're like on the edge.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing with like all the yellow Pulsemon cards, though. Like, and a lot of other yellow cards, it's just like Lopmon. Look at the top card of your security. If you want, put it in your hand and draw one. And then all the Pulsemon cards put you to 3 security. You've got the one that lets you draw, the promo, and then you have the non-promo that gives you memory, and then the TK that should have been reprinted but wasn't. I see you, Bandai, giving us the ST TK instead of the good TK. He lets you pick up a security. Yeah, no, I was looking at Achilles Mon the other day too because I was considering it, and then Venus Mon because Venus Mon just says nope to everything, and I like that.
Jordan, what's your second round draft pick?
Venus Mon.
Yeah, I figured that's what that was transitioning to.
Because I'm a green player, guys. I play green.
Yeah, you green until you see boobies.
I like bugs and tits. Leave me alone. Yeah, no, like Venusmon. Unfortunately, she has a Digivolve for 4, so you do not get to plug in shenanigans with her in Sakuyamon. But when Digivolving, all of your opponent's Digimon, all of them, gain security -1 until the end of their turn. And then opponent's turn, and this is a new one. So this is, unless I've just missed it on cards before. So you have security attack +1 and security attack -1. So Venusmon's second effect is opponent's turn. Your opponent's Digimon with security attack. It doesn't state plus or minus. Just if they have any form of security attack effect on them, they can't attack this Digimon, and any of their when digivolving and when attacking effects don't activate.
Okay. I like Venusmon now.
Yeah.
Well-
so she gives everything on the board security attack -1, and then when attackings don't proc, and if they digivolve those Digimon, they keep the security -1, so no when digivolvings, or like, they can't attack her, so she protects herself that way. But then like the when digivolving, like you can just stop plays at that point. Like
Well, yeah, because when I read that, when I first, you know, when they spoiled it, kills War Greymon X anybody, because you when digivolving is what gives you those buffs to actually make him swing for multiple times and multiple checks and gaining the memory. He can't attack. He's literally a dead body on the field. He's just standing there. He's a statue.
Well, I mean, if you saw that thing in front of you, you would be too.
Oh yeah, for sure. I do think we need more alt arts of cards in sets because or I wish we got more foily cards in sets like they do with Dragon Ball Super. That's my only stickler right now is they seem to give these weird full arts to vanilla and common cards, which is fine. But I think we need more foily versions of our SRs.
All right, I guess I'll get something that's a little bit better than a common option card.
Shortmon. You're going with Shortmon, right?
No, Beelzemon.
Oh yeah.
Purple Love, but not. I don't want to play Transformers Voltron. Like just Beelzemon.
that's what I like about this Beelzemon is, yeah, it's the Kroos Beelzemon or Beelzemon 2010 is what it's called. But they made its effect to where it's a Beelzemon card. Like the only thing that relates this to Kroos is just the Digivolve 3 from a level 5 with Kroos Heart. That's traits.
I really need to start looking at this whole trash from the top of the deck too. Like I haven't looked into it, but I need to because I noticed today that Metal Garurumon does not get cards in the trash fast enough. So I need to look at this whole engine of milling all these cards in the trash, and then Tiny's gonna blow me up with Gallantmon.
Oh, and in that case, you're probably looking at Ballmon too.
Yep. All right, Mikey. Back to you with a third round.
Mm-hmm. And now we're getting into the cards that we guessed. And I am going to go with good old Keno Weismon. He's the bad boy. He's the ultimate for Gamamon. So you can Digivolve 3 from a level 4 if its name contains Gamamon. He's 8k DP, not big, but like we said, we have to understand what hero does. We have to understand what all the Gamamons are able to do. And then your turn, once per turn, when one of your tamers becomes suspended, which you're going to because of heroes, this Digimon gets plus 2,000. So 2,000 for that, 2,000 for hero. We're done at 12k. Then if this Digimon has 12k or more, this Digimon gains security attack plus 1 for the turn. And then all turns, this Digimon gains all the effects of the card evolution sources with cards in this Digimon's game, which is all of them. And then his inheritable is this Digimon gains all effects of cards in this Digimon's Digivolution cards with Gamamon, which is just busted. Like I said, Mario stole my idea, but the shenanigans you can do with Chimeramon and being able to grab a level 5 from your trash and sticking this underneath makes Chimeramon get all those Gamamon abilities, so you can literally be giving him piercing and unblockable and freaking retaliation, making him easily 4 colors, so you're done bumping up his DP, and he gets the hero effects at, so you can make a 16k beast with Chimeramon by sticking him underneath, or just any card, just slapping any card on top of him. I mean, I've been looking at Mamamon. I've been looking at a lot of just mainly just vanilla level 6s. You can just smack on top of him.
Man, now I hope I pull a bunch of these Chimeramons in this box.
But anyway, yeah, Chimeramon, you just need him. If you don't have a playset, you need to buy a playset now, immediately.
I need to pull a playset.
Or pull a play. He's just going to get better with age. I bought my playset when he was $13. Never looking back.
He is a fine wine.
I think
So
he
back
is.
to Cano. Is it Cano Weiss? Can of beans?
Yeah,
can of vandy sausages?
We'll just call him Canamon, but I think it's Cano Weissmon.
I think it's. I want to say it's pronounced German, and it's Cano Weissmon.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I think so. Cano Weissmon. Okay,
yeah, because in German you would pronounce that W with a V sound.
What?
Yeah, so it'd be Cano Weissmon.
Cano Weissmon.
That's how I've been saying it, but I could be wrong.
Listen,
because like when you look at the green one, because like when you look at the green one, like that one, like when I first started saying it, I was like Weizengamamon. I was like, no, it's German too. That'd be Weizengamamon.
Wait,
oh no!
I just need to go watch the episodes of Ghost and see how they pronounce it.
Is Gulas Gamamon Hitler?
Gulas Gamamon is a badass, is what he is. He's just great. And spoiler alert, he will be used in a lot of decks, I think. Just due to his retaliation effect. I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot more shenanigans with Gamamon than we predict in BT10 than you could even imagine.
I can't pull it up. Why is it not working?
I like how we're not excited for BT10, but then I'm like over here like the sweat. I'm sweating just thinking about these cards.
That's what's causing your issues. You're like sweating on your mic, and it's like
it's shorting out.
Can he digivolve on top of Gamamon?
Who?
Gulas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Basically, okay. all of the alternate versions of Gamamon have a secondary digivolution requirement. Yeah, and it just says from Gamamon, so they can digivolve from any color as long as it's named Gamamon.
He'll probably visit Tyrannomon at some point.
Well, okay. Well, I hope nobody picks him, but spoiler alert, like I said, the retaliation, and then on deletion, you can play one Gamamon from your trash suspended without paying its memory cost. That's big, especially when you got cards like it's just in Reclaw. It's just nice. Did I leave you all speechless, or am I roboting?
No, you're good.
You're good.
Both.
We're good. Yeah, Gamamon's gonna be everywhere.
I had him first, you hookers. Leave him alone. He's my baby.
And listen, it's okay. He's gonna turn into Tyrannomon. Demi Tyrannomon is not a real Digimon yet. It's canon in my mind.
But yeah, that's
all right, Tony. What's your third round draft pick, Tony?
Just to get out of the way, Justice Kick. It's Justamon option card, 12 play cost. When you use the card, reduces memory cost by 1 for each tamer you have in play. And then the main effect is play one Digimon card with Justamon in its name from your hand without paying its memory cost. If you do, delete one of your opponent's Digimon with play cost less than or equal to the Digimon you played. And the security effect is very important. Play one Black Tamer card from your hand without paying its memory cost, then add this card to your hand.
Whoa.
I love how security effects are just like, here.
Well,
they messed up attacking you.
I think the reason that they do that is it would be way too powerful if the security effect was just activate the main effect, because you would delete their body and then get a free body yourself. That would be way too strong. So I understand why they limited it to just play a black tamer for free and then add this to your hand.
How many of those are you going to run though? Because I need to know. Because I was thinking when I seen that.
Reasonably speaking, you're probably only gonna run like 2 at most.
What I was thinking 2 would be a comfort number because
I don't think you're gonna run more than, because it's way too costly, and in order for it to be effective, it does require additional cards. Like, to get any kind of value out of it, you have to have tamers in play to reduce the cost, and then also you have to have a Justamon in hand to play, obviously. I looked at it that whenever I first saw it, I was like, I wonder if I could do some black hybrid shenanigans with this just to make it better. But unfortunately, there is no tamer specifically for black hybrid stuff.
nope.
And
Because the only black hybrid we got is Grumblemon and
Gigasmon.
Gigas. Yeah.
Yeah, so your only black hybrids are level 4s.
Oh man, that would be a good common rider build. Your tamer's turning into
Transforming into your Justamons.
yep. That'd be sick.
The other thing is that there aren't really that many black tamers that are super, super good.
They're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're pretty much just limited to Izzy, Rio, and what's his name? Kazu.
Just imagine Justimon's helmet raising up and it's Izzy. All right. Jordan, what's your next pick?
The green player hasn't picked green cards yet.
Yeah, because the green player's turning into a yellow player secretly.
I play green.
He played it today. Dadgummit. Leave him alone,
and,
guys.
and came home and immediately tore that deck apart. I'm done with it.
The bug got squished for the last time.
Which I hate that so much because like I love Grand Kawagamon so much. Digibursting is my favorite mechanic in this game, and I can't get there with it, man. Just can't get there with it. So we went back to Green Hybrid. Yeah. So I mean, obviously, like Bloom Lord Mon, it's like that's the yeah, but like the whole vegetation line, like but I like the Lotus Mon. When Digivolving, suspend one of your opponent's Digimon. That Digimon does not unsuspend during your opponent's next unsuspend phase, so just a good little stun effect. Green does that a lot. And then opponent's turn. All of your Digimon with the trait Plant, Vegetation, or Fairy gain on deletion, gain 2 memory, and return 1 Digimon card with 3000 DP or less from your trash to your hand. So, I definitely think I'm going to be playing 2 of her in my Bloom Lord build. Just that memory gain, and then a lot of your new green stuff has that 3000 requirement, so she just gives you recurring. Because like your new Sunflowmon is 3k DP. The new Vegemon is 3k DP, 3 cost, 1 Digivolve. Like that's a super good curve. Like you're gonna be playing this dude like he's
So
a rookie.
Bloom Lord wants to go wide and suspend all of his own stuff.
Yeah. Bloom Lord is Green Lord Nightmon. Just instead of Night attribute, he is Vegetation, Fairy, and Plant. Yeah, like this, all the new, like the whole green line. Get the Palmon, it's a nice searcher. Sunflowmon, spending one of your green Digimon, you may play a Digimon card that contains Plant, Vegetation, or Fairy in its traits, and 3000 DP or less from your hand without paying its memory cost. So like going wide, like all your bodies are super small, but you're getting them on the field, so you have the fodder for your Digisorption plays. You have your fodder for a lot of the green option cards that you suspend something to suspend one of your opponents, and then just Bloom Lord Mon once your stuff suspended. Um, Even if you were playing Shivamon wants your stuff suspended. So like this stuff kind of plays into that too. Just curious to see how it does, because obviously in the TCG we're very aggressive players, so green wanting to just sit on a bunch of small bodies that are suspended. I don't see those staying around very long, so it's kind of why I like the Lotus Mon. At least she lets you recur them. But I hope Bloomlord Mon can compete because I definitely want to play this deck.
I was about to say, Gallantmon says that's looking juicy.
Right? You're like, how big are your bodies? How many of those you got on the field?
It's time to harvest the garden.
Right? 'Cause, like, all of the new rookies are 3,000 or less. Our new level 4s are 3,000 or less. Like the new green archetype, we don't get above 3k DP until we see level 5. But the thing is, like, you want to go wide because like the new Cherrymon has Digisorption too. So you want the bodies on the field to suspend them for your Digisorption. And then you want bodies on the field for Bloomlordmon. Because you can suspend one of your Digimon, and then for each of your suspended Digimon with plant, veggie, or fairy, you gain 1 memory. If you gain 2 or more memory with this effect, unsuspend this Digimon, and it gains piercing. Like, and then for every 2 of your suspended Digimon, this Digimon gets plus 2 KDP and gains security attack plus 1.
Plants everywhere.
Right.
Rampant
Plants and
growth.
berries. All right, for my third round pick, this kind of jumps into the blue flare that we were talking about earlier. It's Decardramon. It is 5 play cost, 5 KDP, level 4. But on play, draw 1 card. Then for each Digimon your opponent has in play, draw 1 card. So you're going wide, and I'm drawing my entire deck. And then I've still got to look more into this save thing.
So the thing with save is like when it gets deleted, you put it under one of your tamers, and then go over and look at Metal Greymon, the Digicross ability. So it's Digicross, Greymon, and Melbergermon. When you would play this card, you may place each one of the listed cards from your hand / battle area as the bottom Digivolution cards. Reduce the play cost of this card by 2 for each card placed. Let's see here. Am I reading that right? Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing.
What are you reading?
Metal Greymon,
Oh,
the blue flare.
because I've not looked into crows a whole lot either. Like I know the save mechanic puts them under your tamers, but which card?
I'm pretty sure it's the tamers themselves, or at least one
Okay.
specific tamer that lets you take cards that are under your tamers and use them as cross materials.
Yeah, right here. So the blue one is Kiriha. When
Yeah.
you would play a Digimon card with Digicross requirements, by suspending this tamer, you can also place cards from under your tamers as Digivolution cards. So save puts them under your tamer, and then your tamer lets you suspend your tamer and use its materials for your Digicross. There we go. That's what I was missing. I was like, you Digicross from under your tamers. Which one of these does that? But it's the tamer itself. So with Decardramon, you would want Decardramon and Metal Greymon, and then that lets you play Decker Greymon, which has Armor Purge. So I think a lot of the Crows have Armor Purge, don't they? Or no?
Which has
Yeah.
armor purge?
Decker Greymon and Shoutmon X4B has Armor Purge.
Yeah.
So here's something else about Decardramon specifically, is that it has the save mechanic, but none of its other effects are tied to
Crows.
blue flare or cross specifically. So like any blue deck that needed to get some draw power,
It's got it.
yeah,
All
it
force.
potentially
Leo.
has draw power immediately, and free DP on inheritable for if your opponent is going wide or wider than you.
I'm just saying all force. Because you can search Decardramon off of
Cordramon.
not Cord.
Because
Or
it's a Dramon.
Dracomon. It's Dracomon.
Dracomon. Yep, the rookie. Because Decardramon is a Draymon.
Yep. Very, very, very good. Definitely being slotted into all force. Yeah, Decardramon was actually one of the cards that I was looking at as one of my picks. I saw it and I was like, wait, yeah, he's a blue flare, but his stuff isn't tied to blue flare, so that's really good. Generic draw power is always really good.
Well, this is a side note to that too. I'm wanting to see how this runs. Like, if I might slot some of this into my um, Magnum on X antibody and things like that, because it's like with another armor purge ability and things like that, that's just one more wall to get across. But like that, like you said, with Decadramon, it's draw power and all that, and its saving ability. It's kind of neat.
Yeah, I think out of the two Crows decks, I'm definitely leaning more toward Blue Flare than I am Shoutmon.
I agree. If I make a cross deck,
And it's looking like Blue Flare is not going to be terrible to get. Let's see here. The Metal Greymon is an SR, and the Tamer is an SR. Then everything else is common and uncommon. The Deckermon is rare. The Tamer is a rare, so I don't think this deck's going to be terrible to get either.
All right, Mikey, what's your fourth round draft pick?
And I'm going. This is a curveball here.
Just
Monty. Nope. Monty Mon. The little bitty the egg there. All turns while this Digimon has Twilight in its traits, it gets 1000 DP. I think this set is allowing finally that this humongous stack of cards I have sitting over here with Axemon, Axe Mode, Skull, all that. I think it's finally pieced together with this set, and I'm going to play it 100%. And I'm super glad to see this egg specifically just because of that, because all the way until you get to the Dark Nightmon X antibody, he has Twilight.
Which I don't know if I've not looked at the X antibody build, but none of the current Dark Nightmon stuff we have right now is Twilight.
Well, yeah, but look at what you get in this one. You get Skull Nightmon, Axe Mode, you get Dark Nightmon, and then I've been thinking like we now have another how do you say that? Motitamon, whatever, Motimon?
Monitamon. It's a
Monitamon?
monitor. Yeah, it's a monitor. So
Okay.
Monitamon. Yeah.
Okay, so you got that one, and then of course you've got High Vision, so the high def version. I don't know, like I was when I first started building my Dark Nightmon deck, I was like, I wish we had one more of these to like help search these out. And now, I mean, I don't know, I'm just going to roll it around, but I think now, and that's something I've noticed too. You was talking about the current builds don't use any of it, but also the new current build of Jesmon doesn't use hardly any or none at all of the original Jesmon. They use the new one.
Honey, fourth round draft pick.
I'm definitely not a Japanese player because I have picked no security cards as any of my my top picks.
They ain't sweaty enough for America.
I'm actually I'm gonna cheat a little bit, technically. Not to take anything away from the other memory boosts in this set, but I'm actually gonna pick Blazing Memory Boost, which is the Blue Flare specific memory boost. Reveal the top 6 cards of your deck. Add 2 cards with Blue Flare and its traits among them to your hand. You may play 1 Kiriha Aonuma among them without paying its memory cost. Place the rest on the bottom of your deck in any. Then place this card in your battle area and has Bang and Delay. Trash it to gain 2 memory, just like any other memory boost. It's a 5 cost memory boost, and you get all of those effects. You can potentially get 2 cards in your hand, play a Tamer, and cycle through 6 cards on top of your deck. Insane card. Absolutely insane card. Probably like the best card in the Blue Flare deck, in my opinion. But the main reason I picked this, even though it is ridiculously good, the main reason I picked this is because I think this is setting a precedent in the
For memory
Digimon
boosts?
TCG. That
Or
memory boosts are going to become archetype specific. We see it
Mm.
here. We see it here with Blazing Memory Boost, and also with Impulse Memory Boost, which is the Pulsemon specific boost. But I think that this is a good thing. But this does set a precedent that memory boosts could become archetype specific.
Well, I think we've already kind of had that some. It's just these are better than the old ones. Like we had the Pride Memory Boost, the Flaming Memory Boost, the red, and then we had Howling Memory Boost. I think these are going to. I think this is those were kind of blanket effect memory boosts, and like you said, these are getting more and more specific. So I mean, I definitely agree with, and I like that route. I'm cool with that.
We had one that was so good it got limited. Reinforcing memory boost.
Yeah,
Yeah.
reinforcing memory boost, generic. Add one to your security stack. I don't think that Blazing Memory Boost is that powerful.
Okay, that's what I was about to say. Do you think it'll get limited? I hope we kind of tone down on that some for a minute.
Also, I'm going to state with the X antibody stuff, if you look at the Cross option cards and the Tamers, they all have traits. So Blazing Memory Boost is technically a blue flare card, so it can be searched off of the stuff that searches blue flare cards.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
Wow.
Same thing if you look at the Tamers. They're generals and then they're the respective team. So it's like Kiriha is general blue flare. Nene is general Twilight. Yeah, Taiki is general Crossheart. Yeah, they all have. And then like if you look at like the Hero of the Skies, it's a Crossheart card. That's another thing that I've noticed. And if you look like Immortal Ruler, the Nightmon option card, it is a Twilight card.
Mm-hmm.
That's another thing going forward that we've seen in the X antibody stuff as non-Digimon cards having traits.
Having the traits to match the archetype they're paired with.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I like
there
that
you go. That's my pick, and that's why.
All right, Haggy, what you got?
Hit me with your best shot.
Well, I kind of said 2 last round with Lotusmon and Bloomlord, but I feel like they go hand in hand. Mikey kind of stole one of mine. I didn't steal one of mine. We both like black, so I'm also excited for the Dark Knightmon stuff.
I picked the egg. You can still pick Dark Knightmon stuff. I mean, I just mentioned it. You can still pick it.
Yeah, but for the same reason that the egg is good, all the other stuff's good. It's just that new archetype. Mine's probably going to be Spotamon, just because I'm going to be that guy that hopes
Yes.
that we can make Ragnalordmon good.
Yes.
But, Ragnalordmon is not good. I am not saying Ragnalord is good, but just Spotamon, like outside of the cards in the structure deck, I think Spotamon and like some Tamers are like the only stuff you're going to add to the Ragnalord deck.
If nobody picked him, he was going to be my honorable mention. I was like, this guy, guy.
So he's just a level 3 black red rookie. 4 to hard play, 1 to Digivolve. Obviously, he has an on play effect since he's got a 4 cost drop. So I'm placing this Digimon under one of your Digimon with Legend Arms or Crow's Heart. So I'm leaning toward the Legend Arms because I like Ragnalordmon. But placing this Digimon under one of your Digimon with Legend Arms or Crow's Hearts in its traits as its bottom Digivolution card, Digivolve 1 of your opponent's Digimon. So just gives you that nice, hey, we get the Digivolve. I get to put a source under. He's obviously a Legend Arm card himself. And then he's got a when attacking and heritable, reveal the top 3 cards of your deck, add 1 card with Legend Arms or Crow's Heart in its traits among them to your hand, place the rest on the bottom of your deck.
Also, do you see that he's a weapon? Do you think that's going to be anything weird we're going to have an archetype for?
So, I don't know, because like in the that I'm aware of in like the anime and the manga, he's not done anything. Because like so, he's a Legend Arms, and the thing with all the Legend Arms is they turn into a weapon. So Spider-Man turns into a sword.
Mm-hmm.
The Brawludamon is the shield. Durandamon is another sword. Who is the other weapon Digimon that is?
Ludamon. Oh, there's a bunch of weapons.
Well, but that's what I mean is like with weapon, you know, because nobody, when they make a card game, and I feel like Bandai has done very good at it so far, just like we talked about with the tamers and everything, they put that there for a reason. So at some point, it may get used.
Yeah, and we may see option cards that work like equipments, or we might just see like form changes for these Digimon going forward that turn them into the weapons and let them attach themselves or something like as a Digivolution source. But yeah, you got Spotamon. I think Armamon is the one I was thinking of. Oh, no, Armamon's the fusion.
I was just saying that because it's like with Justimon, they've done got, you know, that going on. So like his whole shifting his abilities and everything.
But yeah. No, you just got like all the Ludamon Digivolutions turn into shields. All the Zubamon and Durandamons turn into swords. And then Spotamon's like the odd one out there, and he turns into like a lance type thing. But yeah, it's just he's the only one that doesn't have a Digivolution line. Yeah, no, that was a good catch there, Mikey. I hadn't noticed that. I know like the Legend Arms and the Crow's Hearts. Yeah, we may see a mechanic going forward with these guys.
I mean, it would just be cool because the Voltron, you know, I've always, you know, grown up in the 80s, Voltroning stuff is what you do. So, like, being able to have a weapon archetype or something just sounds neat because with Justimon, Critical Arm, you know, we're getting everything else. They've made that weird interchangeable mechanic to allow you to shift between him and, you know, getting bonuses. And of course, there's drawbacks to it, but, you know, getting big bonuses off of it. So maybe they'll add something that, like you said, will add it to your Digivolution sources and you could literally change it on the fly. Maybe not like stick with it, but that would be cool. Like maybe remove this source to add this source and vice versa, and be able to give a stack different effects depending on the game because you've got Justimon, but then you've got all of his different forms there that I haven't really seen a great deck for it. But you know, you've got different color options like green and black and red and black, yellow and black. You know, maybe they'll do something with that.
All right, since nobody's picked it, and this is the fourth round, I'm going with the Defense Plugin C for the black plugin. We mentioned it earlier, but
I don't pick security cards.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't mention it is because I brought it up when I picked Sakuyamon. So,
well, and so while you have a tamer in play, you may use this card without meeting its color requirements. So any deck can use it that plays a tamer. Until the end of your opponent's turn, one of your Digimon gains blocker, reboot, and can't be deleted by your opponent's effects. And then the security effect, which Mikey doesn't believe in, but always gets trumped by. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. You may play one Digimon card with a play cost of 4 or less among them without paying its memory cost. Place the rest on the bottom of your deck. So you get a free 4 cost if it's in security.
I just don't like security. I mean, I play security cards. It's just it's the red in my brain. It's just like I gotta hit things. I gotta hit them hard or really fast. Like,
that's the America in your blood.
I just can't. I want to like in Pokemon. I play a lot of trainer cards. Like I lose a lot of games by like just not drawing Pokemon.
And I'm just gonna honorable mention Bagra Army. So in this set, Bagra Army doesn't get all of his pieces, but once we get 11, we get the rest of the Bagra Army cards. And I feel like once we get 11, I think Bagra Army is gonna do something.
All right, we're going into this last round, this last draft pick. What do you got, Mikey?
Well, you know it's coming. Chessmon GX. I waited. Y'all saved him. It's like snagging a good, like, God, I got him in the late round. It's just a beastly card. There's so much reading. 15k DP. 5 from a level 6. You can Digivolve 5 from a level 6 with Royal Knight and its traits. I don't know why they specify that because it's Digivolve 5. But anyway, when Digivolving, you may place one Digimon card with Royal Knight and its traits and a play cost of 13 or less from your hand or trash under this Digimon as its bottom Digivolution card. Activate one of the placed Digimons when Digivolving effects, then Blitz, which is awesome. Okay. So, of course, you can do all this, Digivolve, and then he gets Blitz. And then all turns, while this Digimon has a card with Royal Knight in its traits in its Digivolution cards, it gains Piercing, Blocker, and Security Attack +1 for each card. And just by the way that is phrased, I'm assuming it's with Royal Knights and its traits. And the reason that I lovely picked Gankumon is because I don't think I'll be running Jessmon. I think I will be running Gankumon with this bad boy as my mega. As my mega. Just because like that is beastly, and then just knowing what Gankumon and Gankumon X antibodies Digivolving effects, because it also says, with a play cost of 13 or less, he's a play cost of 12. The old one is when Digivolving, you can play one Huckmon and one Digimon card with Sistermon its name for your trash without paying its memory cost, and then your turn once per. So, I mean, there's just a lot. You can flood the board. You could get out another blocker. You could even get out freaking Gankumon X antibody and stack him under there, and you get his when Digivolving effects. So you get to play a Sistermon, and it's just a good card, period. Because like that's what I like. Because most of the time you're like, you want to stick a card with an inheritable underneath it, but this kind of breaks that mold because you get one of its Digivolution or when Digivolving effects. That's awesome. But you can look at tons of like, this is just any Royal Knight and his traits.
I'm gonna throw this in Lord Nightmon just to double make you angry.
Wait, why would that make me angry?
Because you don't like Lord Nightmon, and this is your baby that I'm going to Digivolve on top of Lord Nightmon.
Well, I'm just saying though, but that's what makes him. Because I was excited for Jessmon, but then I seen Jessmon GX, and I'm like, no, this is the card that really like ties it. It adds a lot of spice. Lots of spice. Oh, and then honorable mention is the Seiken Meppa or whatever, however you say that, is while you have a Digimon with Royal Knights, it's a option card. Yeah, this will be one of my honorable mentions. In its traits, you can play this card without meeting its color requirements. Unsuspend one of your Digimon. Then, if that Digimon is Jessmon GX, activate one of its when Digivolving effects. Did you hear that? It's a play cost of 3. And if you have a Jessmon GX, you can activate one of his when Digivolving effects. So you could place another body underneath him, and he gets to swing again. So now he's going to be Security Attack +2 for sure, just because you stuck one when you Digivolved, and then you're going to stick another one underneath because you get to activate his when Digivolving effect, and you get to swing with him again. Spicy. Oh,
And that's why you're sweating.
or you can get Blitz. You can get Blitz again. Think about it. Yeah, it's sweaty, but I mean, God, like you're force feeding me. Like I'm not even coming to the table. You're finding me with this stuff, Bandai. You're like, hey, Jessmon was. I know you liked it, and it was just you were just out there building brick walls, but now here you go, brick no more. And I'm like, oh man, I just seen Gankumon and all this, and I'm like, all the it's just nice to be this far along, and here we are. Bandai's doing its thing where we can revisit older archetypes, and we're getting to finally finish them or make them better. I'm off my soapbox now. Next.
I just love to see the passion.
Well, like I'm not hyped about BT10 as I am 11, but there is a lot of neat stuff in here, and I know there's people drooling over Blue Flare. I mean, they've been waiting for this, just sitting there not spending a dime till this set comes out. Okay, now I'm done.
All right, Tiny, what is your last draft pick?
I'm gonna say Regalicusmon. Not even sure if that's how you pronounce it. I might have put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. But
Listen, don't you worry about butchering names. Here, let me go read it. Where's he at? What color is he?
He's blue.
He's blue.
Oh no, that's totally how I would have said that. Regal Cusmon. No. Wait, we've had him before, haven't we? But this one's really good. The other one was a vanilla, wasn't it?
No, the other one had an effect too. It played in line. It was removing sources.
Okay.
This one is very good. So when Digivolving, trash 2 Digivolution sources from the bottom of one of your opponent's Digimon, and then when attacking, if your opponent has a Digimon with no Digivolution cards in play, you may play one level 3 card and one level 4 card from this Digimon's Digivolution cards without paying them.
Ooh, there that is. That too.
Big value. And going back to one of I think it was Drew pick. I mean, if you had a Decadramon in there, you play your Decadramon for free, and then you get all that draw for free. Again,
shoo.
Playing Digimon for free is always super spicy. If you have Digimon with good on play effects, you can get so much value, insane value out of effects like that.
Especially if you get to play a level 3 and a level 4.
Yeah.
This takes me back to what was it?
I can't help you. I can't read minds.
I know. Blue card. OG.
Koji. Level 3, level 4.
It was one of the hybrids that's not a hybrid.
Leopardmon?
Yeah. When Digivolving, play one level 4 lower card of one of your Digimon cards as another Digimon without paying its memory. So yeah, it's that on steroids.
Dang.
Yep. And again, it seems to be a theme of my interest in the set, but this is another effect that is not specific to an archetype, so it could potentially be slotted into any blue deck that can make use of trashing Digivolution sources and on-play effects from level 3s and level 4s.
Hexablauon?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and give 2 honorable mentions, actually.
Oh, yeah.
My first honorable mention is Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
The purple?
Yes.
Yep,
Purple
that one was on my list.
Because it's obviously it's meant to work with the new Bagra Army support because they have effects that trashes their own materials in order to do stuff. But I mean, Pokemon could potentially be good for any deck that uses Digiburst that's purple.
So I was thinking that too, but it's only on your opponent's turn.
Oh, is it? Oh,
Yep.
it is opponent's turn. Ooh.
Hey, but look at Blastmon. This was another card that caught my
Yep.
eye. Opponent's turn. Once per turn, when your opponent's Digimon attacks by trashing one of this Digimon's Digivolution cards, delete one of your opponent's level 4 or lower Digimon. But he's also, like Tani said, a Bagra Army card. Uh, as a Digiverse player, I like trashing sources.
And then, unironically, the other honorable mention was going to be Mad Leomon.
Yes, that was one that I picked. I love how we was going to have, but I was like, this card just looks cool. But yeah, I was excited when I seen.
I had Mad Leo on my list as well whenever I was going through.
The thing that I like about it is that, again, it is Bagra Army, but the effects are not specific to Bagra Army, and it's undead, which means it could be slotted into purple undead decks to deny opponents' ability to draw cards.
That's true.
He also has Leomon in his name.
Well, yeah. Well, that's what I picked him when I was going to give him armament. When your cards are trashed by effects, you gain a memory. I mean, that's the whole point of Leomon, because he's meant to die. So I mean, it's just good.
Poor guy. Mufasa 2.0.
We just have so many mechanics, like adding the cross heart, and then blue gets even shiftier to me because I felt like blue done being able to stall out and stuff, and they tamed that a little bit. And I think when we get into EX3 and stuff, there's a very good reason for that with Evade. And I'm looking way into the future there, but I think Evade is something that, it's their form of armor purge and stuff like that. It's a new mechanic where you suspend and that Digimon isn't deleted. Blue is just going to have a lot of ways. I don't know. I'm just excited. I'm excited to see how the game's evolving, and I'm hoping we're getting there to, like, I know I keep mentioning Dragon Ball Super and other card games, but it's nice to look at a Dragon Ball Super tournament and see everybody's like, "Oh, I'm getting tired of seeing the same 5 decks." And I'm like, "No, I want to see 5 decks. I don't want to see 1 or 2. I want to see, 5 to 6 decks always coming in the top." And I think we're having enough cards and enough formula for these decks to branch off and make them viable and everything not be a rogue deck.
I just like how each set adds to existing decks, but has so many of its own decks at the same time. So
For sure.
there's always new ways to play. Plus, there's always cards that are good in previous archetypes.
Thank you, Bandai. Thank you for doing one thing you do well. You brought it to Digimon.
All right, Haggy, what's your final draft pick here?
The cutest Digimon artwork I have ever seen. BT10 Sunflowmon. Like that thing just looks so soft and cuddly. I just want to squeeze it.
And then it gets pollen in your face.
Yeah, and then I slowly die because I have allergies.
Well, I mean, they're hugging it in the picture. Like, it looks comfy.
Right. But it plays into the new green stuff, which is Bloom Lord Mon. So it's when digivolving by suspending one of your green Digimon, you may play a Digimon card that contains plant, veggie, or fairy in its traits, and 3,000 DP or less from your hand without paying its memory cost. So just another way of going wide. The big thing here that I like is the inheritable. Your turn once per turn. When one of your Digimon is suspended by an effect, draw one. So I mean, with this new green stuff, which green currently has stuff that suspends its own cards, but suspend something, draw one. Digizorb, play a body, Draw for the Digivolution. Draw for Sunflowmon. You know, I like seeing draw in green. I guess is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah. Being a red player, I love seeing draw.
Yeah, me too.
So I switched to blue.
And then you draw way too much, and then you deck out. Any honorable mentions, Jordan?
Anything that's not been named yet.
We avoided Crossheart like the plague and all
Yep.
Shoutmons. No offense, guys. We we got the nickname the anti-meta for a reason. Like we are not. We don't.
But Blue Flare's gonna be meta. Jessmon's gonna be topping.
Yeah, but
Flare's
it's
gonna
not.
be topping. I'm hoping Bloomlord's gonna be topping. But I mean, like you know, just looking at the Japanese meta, Crossheart's gonna be the end all be all. Like that's the best deck you can build.
I'm definitely taking Gamamon to my first tournament. All right.
Me too, but he's going to turn into Tyrannomon.
Kind of already brought up all of my honorable mentions at one point. I've actually run out of cards. Sanzomon, and this is just purely hypothetical, because I'm hoping we see the rest of the Journey to the West cards that are nicely shown in her artwork. I'm hoping that becomes an archetype. But Sanzomon just level 5. One of your opponent's Digimon gains security -1. Then inheritable when attacking once per turn. One of your opponent's Digimon gains security attack -1. So I'm just like looking at Sanzomon and like some kind of synergy with Venusmon. But I'm also being hopeful that going forward we see Chohakaimon and Wukongmon and I always forget the crow's name. But they're all based on the Journey to the West characters, the Wukong story.
You mean Dragon Ball Z?
Sure. Sure, if that's how you wanna take that reference, sure. Bad.
All right, my last round pick.
Wait, we hadn't done your last round pick yet?
No, I'm final pick. Angoramon.
Yeah.
Only because I'm excited to see where this goes.
Yes, thank you.
He's done got built-in synergy. I mean, literally between Angoramon, the egg, like, well, he doesn't mention, like we build archetypes, and this is the start of his adventure. And think about it, we may not see him for a little while because, the anime hasn't really caught up yet, and I think that's why, Gamamon's going to stop here for a minute because him being the main character, we've just got Canovismon, and I can't wait to see where he goes. Angoramon, the big cuddly boy.
Yeah.
So, and like speaking of the anime and Digimon that we haven't seen yet, so no one knew if the Ghost Game trio were going to see Mega, but with the new dim card, the Gamamon BE dim card, we know for a fact Gamamon has a Mega, and it hasn't been revealed yet, but you can look at the sprite work and see that Gulus. I know they finally did release the sprite work, but Gulus Gamamon is getting a ultimate, so you'll have a evil Canovismon too. So I mean, those are definitely cards we're going to see, but until the anime reveals them, we probably won't see them for a while.
And then honorable mention, Death the Cannon, which is a purple option card.
Mm-hmm.
When this card is trashed from your deck, which Beelzebub, return it to your hand, and delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower Digimon. If there are 10 or more cards in your trash, add one to the level of Digimon that you can select with this card effect. And then security, it activates. So purple's getting Guy Force.
Yeah. I like it.
Well, I mean, they all need a Guy Force. I'm glad. I think everyone needs some type of removal. Because we've seen that with the floodgates. Slowly, we have developed to where every color has tamer effects, and you can't play through sources. And I just think that you kind of need it just to even the playing field.
That way you're not playing 3 different colors in one deck.
Yeah.
Yep. Green gets Grendel Soul, which is suspend one of your opponent's Digimon, then return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of its owner's deck. It's an 8 cost with the effect of when you would use this card, if you have 2 or more green suspended Digimon in play, reduce the memory cost by 2. So you can potentially play it for 6. Suspend something and delete, not delete, but suspend something and send it to the bottom of their deck. Not necessarily.
It's like a slightly more expensive but much more brutal Megadeth in mono green.
I think mono green just makes it better because Megadeth, you have to have a blue and a green source on field to play it.
So I'm surprised that you didn't latch on to Angoramon more, Jordan, especially considering you're making green hybrid, because Angoramon seems like he would slot into green hybrid like instantly.
Yeah.
His once per turn, when you play a green tamer, draw one, and then inherited once per turn, when an opponent's Digimon becomes suspended, draw one. So
I looked at it
a draw
and I
engine, and
honestly
he
may
works.
use it, but right now, the way people are playing green hybrid is all of our rookies are Terriermons because we want to play Rapidmon.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
Yep.
Which is still the bad boy of green hybrid. I mean,
yeah, like the deck is Rapidmon. You just play green hybrid.
Yeah. I just want to start seeing more cards get used. Like, Tactomon is back in the set for purple, and he's Bagra Army, but the old Tactomon is good. It's
Oh
just
yeah,
nobody played him. The old Tactomon from freaking BT5 is when attacking. Activate one of the effects below. If you have no other Digimon in play, activate all the effects. Instead, he would gain 1 memory, get 2,000 DP, and delete up to 3 of your opponent's Digimon with 3 or less. And I was just like, okay, he's a cool card, but nobody really used him. And then you've got the new one that you may play two level 4 or lower Digimon with Bagra Army and their traits from your trash without paying their cost. Those Digimons gain blocker, and then when one, shoot, God, I can't read, can't English. When your other Digimon's Digivolution cards would be trashed by effects, you may trash this Digimon's Digivolution cards instead. I just want to see how people use him. I really do.
I played the BT5 Tactimon in Chaos Gallant when I built it, just as an option for against. That was when Rookie Rush was everywhere.
Yep, red, yellow, Rookie Rush.
So we proved, I think, we're more excited for BT10 than we thought, right?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I think there's definitely cards in BT10 that we're excited for, but we're more excited for BT11.
For sure.
Yeah. Also, I don't want it to seem like that Jellymon and Angoramon didn't their level 5s in this set, because they did.
Yeah, they did.
Kenna Weissmon was not the only Ghost Game level 5 that appeared.
Yep.
Thetismon and Lamortmon both.
And if we're being honest, poor
They got shafted.
Poor
Yeah,
Angoramon. No, dude, Thetismon I think is pretty nice.
Thetismon does have the ability to repeatedly.
The Tamer gives her jamming, so as long as
And
you don't hit an option card,
she can
Thetismon,
attack
in
multiple
theory, gives you multiple fucking attacks with no penalty. Because ideally, you have the Tamer on board that gives Jellymon jamming.
Well, do you think you'll see just strictly Jellymon decks, or will we still see Jelly Force?
It'll still be Jelly Force, like cause you're gonna play 4 Jellymon, you're gonna play 4 promo Jellymon, you're gonna play 4 Thetismon. You're probably gonna play the Tesla Jellymon.
You're gonna
Yeah,
play
I don't.
Bridgermon to fill your hand.
I don't think there's enough.
There's definitely not enough to just play Jellymon, so you're still gonna have those other pieces. But yeah, it's just gonna be a draw deck with the Jelly Engine jamming. Still gonna be like a Jelly Force Rush type deal. It's just Thetismon is giving you another.
Well, I think it makes it a whole nother tier though, because like you said, the multiple swings, and then it's just like now we've got a small body, but like you said, it's got jamming. So now you can get that push faster.
Yeah,
And then when you get
Thetismon can potentially give you 2 attacks in one turn, so it can apply early pressure very well.
thing, boys, let's start printing proxies for BT11. All right.
We can import it to tabletop. Let's start playing on tabletop.
Oh God, I'm so horrible at using tabletop. It's the only way they play MetaZoo, and I'm like, oh God, wow.
All right, well, that's our review and draft pick for BT10. Do you guys have anything else to add?
No, say that about covers. I do want to say though that there was no way that even if all of you combined were gonna like pick me out because I had 24 cards on the list that I could potentially talk about.
You did your homework.
We just named one and he'd just take it off of his list.
Oh, this is a funny little fun fact time with Mikey. I watched a YouTube video on this and I thought it was super cute. I forget his name. I'll give but anyway, so if you look at Shoutmon and Weddinmon, he brought out a cool little thing that he just thought was neat. They're vanilla cakes.
Yep.
And they're vanilla cards.
They are.
And I was like, that is super cute.
Shoutmon is a super value vanilla level 4, and Weddingmon is a decent value vanilla level 5.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make the degenerate joke and say Weddinmon is literally caked up?
I'd be disappointed if you didn't.
Like literally cake.
It is. Her bottom is cake.
Literally cake. The definition of caked up.
No, actually, there is something else that I wanted to mention, and it's kind of a minor thing, and it's definitely gonna be off meta. But has anyone looked at Canon Dramon?
No. Besides, his artwork looks really cool. He's literally like from the T-Rex from what was that Zord show? Or he looks like the Bronchiosaurus from
Power Rangers.
Or what? Yeah. Oh yeah, that's true too.
From
But
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, yeah, kind of.
But no, what were you going to say about him?
So he's almost like a level 6 Mechanorimon, because he can unsuspend himself if he deletes something in battle on the opponent's turn. And he's in blue and black. And since you want to run, blockers to defend in Baihumon, I thought it would be an interesting idea to have Canadramon as like your second 6 and Bahumon, because he could infinitely defend as long as he doesn't get removed from the board, to protect Bahumon and keep Bahumon on the board.
Oh my gosh.
And
I'm
also
playing Megazoo.
Also, he's a level 6 that can repeatedly unsuspend himself and block. So he would stop basically all like rookie rush.
His unsuspend is once per turn, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Still,
I mean, still
Still that's
Yeah.
blocks, still a big body, yeah.
a big body and 2 blocks, and he's multicolored, so he's not limited to just being in Bahumon black deck.
And
If
he
you
is
find-
a Draymond that will be important come EX3.
All the Draymond.
Well, if that's all we've got for this first episode.
Yeah, it's just sitting here
Yeah.
BSing.
yeah, that's it. That's all we got.
All right. Well, somebody sign us out.
How are we signing out? What do we?
Do a
Just-
cool outro, Mikey. Do a cool outro. Do it now.
I was about to say I can't use mine.
I just hear the sweat drop.
Goodbye.
All right, everybody. This has been the Security Check Digimon TCG podcast, our first full episode. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you